focus on hitting your goals in every area of your business. Remember, the universe rewards the bold. A leader has to take the risks. So what's going on, man? How are you?
Man, doing great, working.
Working harder than ever, huh? Jeez.
Yes.
Killing it, dude. Killing it.
We are killing it right now, and trying to promote more regional vice presidents, trying to build a legacy, you know, how this works.
Wow. I mean, you are like on fire right now, man. I mean, this is absolutely incredible what you're doing. I mean, I've never seen anything like this been done in 25 years that I've been in the business. Never seen anything like this being accomplished. And so we're going to dive into that, man. I really want to get your mindset. I want to get, so we are, I'm not even going to intro the show, man. Everybody knows we're on Wealth on the Beach podcast, but we're talking to Carlos Leon. Is that how I say it? Leon? Is that
Leon
correct? Okay. And, but I really want to dive in and figure out, like, how do you get to that mindset where you created so much so fast? And so if people are listening right now, you got to hang with us. This is probably going to be one of the best podcasts that we've had in 130 podcasts. This is probably going to be one of the best ones you've ever been a part of. So, because I'm gonna dive into every little piece of how he did what he did, became a millionaire, probably, I think, the fastest in the company's history. Before I do that, though, Carlos, I want to find out a little bit about where you came from. So tell us a little bit about your upbringing. What were you like as a kid?
Well, I'm originally from Colombia, South America. I came to US when I was 21 years old, and I studied computer science. And I wanted to come to US for one reason, and that reason was to have a better opportunity. You know, I have everything that I need to go by to make a living in Colombia. My dad was providing for me. We were very stable, but I was looking for something else, and I wanted to come to US to have a break from my regular life at 21. You know, you have a lot of things on your mind. So I came to just to visit, and then I fall in love with the country. I fall in love with the system. I fall in love with. I started working, like, I remember my cousin was working for BMW warehouse, and he told me, hey, they needing people. Do you want to come and work for 1 or 2 weeks? You make a couple of dollars. And I was like, sure. And I started working, and I remember my paycheck was like $290 per week. And it was like, $290 per week. This is a ton of money in my country. So I'm in. So I made the decision to stay in the United States. And as I was working in the BMW warehouse, I started like looking for something else. You know, I'm always being like a visionary. I'm always been looking for something great. I wanted to be a millionaire. And this is something that I love to talk. I love to talk about money and all this stuff because I always wanted it. I always wanted to have a lot of things and
We're good.
yeah. Okay.
Before you finish your story, though, I do want to know, what was it like being a child? I mean, how did you grow up? Did you grow up poor? Did you grow up, I mean, like middle class, rich? I mean, what did your parents do as well?
Well, I was a middle class, I will say. Never miss a meal. My dad was working for a radio station. He was a salesperson for. He was selling marketing. He was doing marketing with radio stations and TV stations. And my mom, she was a business owner. She had a couple of places. She was selling like trees, and she was selling toys in Christmas, and then she was selling jewelry, and she was an entrepreneur. We didn't have a lot of money. We just was middle class. I went to college. I went to a good school. I have a couple of good jobs in Colombia as well. But like I say, I was always looking for something. I have a 9 year old that he's always looking like when he look at my ring, and I think I was like that at that moment. He look at the ring and he say, "Dad, can you give me the diamonds from your ring?" And I say, "Well, why you want the diamonds from the ring?" Well, I want to sell them. I'm gonna get the money, a lot of money. I'm gonna make an exact ring like you have, and I give you that back, and I keep the change. And I was like, how you come up with that idea? And then I was kind of like that, right? I wanted to sell my toys and be trading stuff and all the craziness. And I think that's what I remember the most. And my mom, all of my family from my mother's side, they work as independent business owners. So I grew in that environment. When I came to US, that I started working for these companies in warehouse, and then I went to a kitchen to cook because they told me they pay better if you become a chef. So I was pursuing a chef career. Never wanted to study, but wanted to just be a chef because of my skills, you know. And then I found out that if you get a commercial CDL license, you can drive trucks, and you get paid more. So I went and passed my CDL license and start driving dump trucks in New Jersey. Come from New Jersey, and I always wanted to keep scaling, 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 scaling until I get to Primerica.
And so now you're in the BMW shop, right? So you're working in the BMW shop. And so what was that like as far as now you're making like $200 a week, 280 a week or something
190,
like that,
yeah.
$190 a week. And you're like, man, this is like unbelievable. It's America. You're
Yeah.
an immigrant. You come over here and it's like, because what do they make? Like if you would have the same job back in your country, what would you have made? Like how much more did you make? Would you say?
No, I would say like $50 a month, $60 a
Really?
month.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're talking like
Maybe
10
maybe a little
times.
more, maybe like $100 a month. I was making here like maybe 1,000, like 1,200.
Yeah.
I was
So
making
you're talking
1,200
10
here.
times.
Yeah, about 10 times
Yeah.
at that time. At that time, it was like 10 times. So it was like when I got my first check, I was like, oh my gosh, is this for real? I want to stay here. And
It's a big
and
deal.
it's a big deal. So I just called my brother and my mom, and I was like, man, I'm making it in America. I'm getting paid $290 per week. Is a lot more than I get paid a month in a week. So they were like, oh my gosh. And then my brother, he was like, oh, I want to be there. And I was like, come over, come over. And then my brother came in and he started working with me in that warehouse.
And so what happened? What was that transition? Because you always had the mindset. So like where was that transition where you were now recruited into the business? How did you get recruited? And when
Well,
did you get recruited originally?
Well, I got recruited originally back in 2006. I was living in New Jersey. I was driving dump trucks. I was making like $6,000 a month, which now we were talking about money, right? $6,000 a month. And then I came to Georgia to visit a friend. And then, Alex Sanabria, Alex and Claudia Sanabria, they were division leaders at that time. His brother gave me his card because I was like, when I came to Georgia, I saw all of the houses and I was like, oh my God, this is beautiful. Look at these houses. And in New Jersey, everything is super expensive and it's old. So when I saw new construction for $150,000, I was like, oh my God, I want to come here, but not only come here, but start selling homes. What I have to do to sell homes. And they told me, you need to get a license. And I was like, oh, okay. How can I get a license? So I found Alice's brother. He was listening to me. So he handed a business card from Alex and he said, hey, call my brother. He can help you getting the real estate license. And I called him immediately. He told me that, oh, sure, come over to my office. I'll give you an appointment tomorrow at 9 a.m. and I can teach you how to get a real estate license. So I went to his office, and the first thing he told me, I remember, he told me, you know what? Nice to meet you. My name is Alex Sanabria. We don't do real estate license here, but we do something better. Let me show you. You should see my face. My face was like, this guy. I mean, and then when he showed me everything, I fall in love with the concept. I told him, Alex, you know what? I love this. I see something special about this. I'm gonna go back to Jersey, and in 3 weeks, I'm gonna pack and I'm gonna move to Georgia. I'm gonna start working with you. And that's how everything happens. I went back to Georgia, came to to Jersey, came back to Georgia 3 weeks after, and I started working in Primerica. So that's how I got introduced into the business the first time.
And so that first round, what happened? What challenges did you have that kind of made you to, to get out of the business for a little while?
Yeah.
What was that? What happened there?
It was a little bit of everything. The first thing is in Georgia, we have a temp license, right? And you can have a temp license up to for 18 months. So first of all, I was licensed for 18 months. After that, I was out of business because I never went to take my license, my test. So I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for the commitment that the business required. I wasn't full, I wasn't in love with the concept or of becoming a millionaire of financial freedom, all of the good stuff, but I was not ready to be committed to it. I was 23 years old at that time. And I remember that I loved more partying than studying, right? Going out with the friends, it- it- going out with the agents at the office. Like it was crazy. We were going out every single day, not doing appointments. We were doing the opposite of what they asked for us to do. So I knew it was my fault. I knew that I took full responsibility of my fail the first time. And this is a funny story, Daniel. I'm very afraid to prospect. You know, I'm a shy person. I cannot talk to someone on the street. I mean, that's my weakness point. I cannot do it right now. If you want me to speak to a stranger, I cannot do that. It would be like, it's frustrating for me. So, and I remember they told me, Carlos, we're gonna help you out. Let's go prospect. That was back in 2007, right? Let's go prospect. And I say, but where? And they say, let's go Home Depot. Let's do a contest. We need to collect at least 10 names. And out of those 10 names, whoever do more appointments, we're gonna get you to dinner. You're gonna win a dinner, a special dinner with the leadership of the company. I was like, yeah, let's go. I was a player. I was a pretender. I was pretending that I was a player. And we went to Home Depot, and I was hiding on the restrooms because I was so afraid. And everybody were prospecting, and I was hiding in the restroom. The worst part about this is that I was faking the names. I was like Daniel Alonzo, Carlos Leon, Marcena Avila, and John Smith. And when we got back to the office, I mean, this was bad. We get back to the office, and I was faking the calls, not only the names but the calls, because I don't want to leave. I don't want to be left behind. You know, I want to be with the flow. Like everybody's making calls. I don't want to be like, oh, you're not doing the work. I was pretending. I was, hey, Daniel, I met you at Home Depot. Remember this morning? You told me you like. It was bad, Daniel. I mean, I'm embarrassed to say this, but I wanted to say it because it might be a reality that a lot of people are facing right now. So I'm still afraid of prospecting, but I created a system that I don't have to prospect on the streets, that I don't have to go and look for strangers. So that was a huge part of the change, and we will talk a little bit about that later. But yeah, so I was not prospecting. I was faking those names. I was not recruiting. I didn't get licensed. So you can see what I failed. You know, I took the easy route and I quit. I have no option, but I needed money to eat. So I went out of Primerica, I went out of business in 2008, before 2009.
So that's amazing, man. I mean, and I'm glad you shared that story because yeah, a lot of people come on. I mean, not everybody comes in here Mr. Personality. Not everybody comes in here with all the confidence in the world. Matter of fact, if we were really honest, about 95% of the people come in the business with no confidence, with totally worried about speaking to people and scared to talk to people. And oh my God, I mean, looking back, I'm sure there's a lot of people that came into my business and they were scared to talk to people and they were scared to prospect and they lost. They didn't win because because why? Because we didn't have another system to allow them to prospect without having to go see. So I'm glad you mentioned that. I want to dive into that. I mean, tell us, like right now in your business, how do you prospect without having to go prospect?
Well, I'm a big fan of when I study R. Williams numbers and R. Williams way, and I wrote the R. William Way book and pushing out people before coming into the company back in 2018, right? So I heard about this warm market system, and I wanted to know everything about warm market. But let me clarify first. I joined a company after joining Primerica in 2018. I was part of a company that sells weight loss program, and I recruited like 3,500 people in a year. It was insane. We were recruiting people. Of course, we were using social media. It was products. People just click and buy. It was totally different. But I learned that in order to grow a business, you need to recruit people. And I was a big recruiter, recruited people under people. So um, but before I get to that, even though I recruit 3,500 people, I mean, this is something everybody has to know. 3,500 people in the other company gives me $8,000 a month. An organization of 3,500 active members, $8,000 a month. That was crazy. And now, I mean, imagine an organization of 3,500 people in America. I will give you what, like $8 million, and depending on where they are placed, but it was crazy. So let me show you this. I use the Fast Start Planner, and I fall in love with the concept of page number 9, which is the STEAM. So I start doing the STEAM before doing the top 25. And it was a couple of reasons. The first one was because I was afraid of prospecting. So I was not willing to go prospect if I don't have to. But I was willing to do it even if I needed to. If I needed to, I was willing to go and prospect. If we had social media and everything, but I was willing to talk to strangers and everything in order to get at least one person that I can start using the system. So lucky for me, or I would say because it was what we were looking for, I recruited 4 people, 4. And out of those 4, we have recruited about almost 3,000 people in 3 years using this little Fast Start Planner. And how we use it, we use the scheme first. And because I wanted to duplicate my agents first. So I was like, how can I get enough inventory that I don't have to go prospect anymore? And I found that if I get a recruit and I place 3 recruits under immediately, I will have enough inventory to work every day. And that was the deal that we made with my dad, because my dad was the one who brought me back in business. I didn't want it to come back in business. I fought with my dad when he told me about Primerica. That's another thing I have to tell you about it. But yeah, so and we recruit 4 people. I start building under my dad, and I start building under another person who say yes. So I built 2 legs, and I start just recruiting and recruiting and recruiting people under people and more people and more people. So I'm always up to date. That's what I do all day. Recruit people under my people, create momentum under the team, creating little teams. You with him, you with him, you with him. You guys work together. Let's do this together. You go train him, you train. So it's like, it's magical. It's like moving. It's momentum maker. Is it? I don't know how to explain it, but like I have more people that I can handle all the time. I have agents, new agents all the time, because everybody fall into that. Like, oh, we need more recruits. And I was looking to, I know we have a couple of differences. A lot of people say we need to go wide, we need to go deep. I mean, everybody's right. Everybody's right. But when what we did was going deep on everybody, and through digging in those recruits, we found the stats. I never brought into the business a leader, never. I found it, I found them through digging in my recruits. So, and
And do you notice, and I found this out throughout all my years in business, I found out that most of the time you're going to find your best people from the people that
absolutely,
quit.
absolutely, yeah,
So so I never worried about people quitting because as long as I went deep with those people, when they quit, all those people rolled up to me. I actually
exactly,
got wider. I got
exactly.
wider because those people quit. So, but the key point to what you just said right now is as soon as you get a recruit, you got to make sure you get 3 recruits underneath those recruits as
Yep.
quickly as possible so you're locking them in the business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And a couple of things. Yes, they will not quit immediately because of the fear of losing something. What if? That's the biggest question. What if they do something? So they don't want to quit yet. And what you said is very crucial. How do you get your personal recruits, Carlos? Do you do personals? Well, for me, my personal recruits are if I get Daniel into my business and I recruit people under him immediately, those are my personal recruits because you're my closest team. So if you left the business, I had 3 personals, but if you stay, you're the stud. You might be the one. So that's how we were looking at the business. That's how we look at the business. I say everybody needs their personals, but the personals are get 3 under your brand new recruit. Those are what we call personals. And you're right. We have gone very wide through building people under people. Like right now, I only build 2 legs, but I have 12 RVPs. I'm building my 13 RVP. So it's just a system that works, and it's about multiplication, like we all heard about it.
You know, what's interesting to me, because again, I want to dive into this because I really think that what you just explained right now was explained to all of us, by the way. Okay. We all were like, that was nothing magical that was said right now, because again, it was the 3 that get 3 that get 3 that get 3. But what's magical and what I really want to know from you is what was your work ethic like? Now, obviously, right now, you're earning a large sum of money, and I know you're still working very hard, but tell us about, because to create what you created, to become a millionaire so fast in the business, it takes a lot of energy. It takes a
Yep.
lot of work. So I want you to be as specific as you can. Explain to somebody out there, because again, everybody thinks it's a get rich quick. Oh, you're going to get rich quick. Oh, this is going to happen for you overnight. And it's never happens fast enough. And even for the people that are saying, "Hey, Carlos, he's made $1 million in the last couple of years and that's awesome and that's wonderful." You had a lot of experience
Of course.
before you came in. So it's different from a brand new person that starts today underneath you. They might not get there as fast as you because they don't have your experience. But
Correct.
the truth, not that they can't, but the truth is you worked your tail off. So tell us what your daily schedule was like as you built this thing.
Absolutely. And to clarify about this is it took me for 12 years, 12 years to become millionaire in less than 3. So that's how it works, guys. I was hustling like I mean, I was doing everything and anything, and when I get back to Primerica, I was just ready. So how this happen? I look at R. Williams system, and it was all about creating regional vice presidents, right? So I knew that if I want to create regional vice presidents fast, the first thing I have to do is create myself as a regional vice president fast. So I asked Alex, and I say, Alex, what I have to do in order to become a regional vice president in 4 months? And he kind of laughed. He was like, 4 months. And then this is funny, but you know Sam Shepard, right? Who doesn't know the greatest Sam Shepard? He was walking in into the office and he looked at me and he was, Carlos, you're back. And I was like, yes, coach, I'm back. And I'm going to be an RVP in 4 months. His face was hilarious. He was like, you know what, Carlos? Go get you a license first before you're talking about regional vice president, because he remembered that I didn't even get licensed my first time. So he was like, you know what, Carlos, go get yourself a license first, and then we talk about becoming a regional vice president. So I was like, coach, this time is different. So Alex told me, you know what, I don't know if that's possible, but if you can do at least 40 by 40, you can get fully licensed, get paid over 20,000, give me a good replacement leg. I don't see why not. And they were like, okay, on it. So I write it down. I write down. I was like, okay, 40 by 40, okay. License, okay. 20,000, okay. A solid leg. But he told me three solid legs. 3 solid legs. First thing I want to tell everybody, in order to win, you need to have your goal, your specific goals very clear. Where you're going, what you need to accomplish today, for the week, for the month, and what you need to accomplish. What do you want in this business? So for me, I had a set goal that it was becoming an RVP in 4 months. And I told my wife, and I told my kids, and I told my dad and my mom, I need your help, guys, because what I'm going to do is going to be insane, not only for me, but for us. I'm going to study like crazy. You're going to have a part time dad that you need to understand this. And if you help me, you're going to have a wealthy full time dad then after. And everybody were like, okay, we're on. Let's do it together. And in order for me to create a 40 by 40, I had a plan that it's not easy to do a 40 by 40 base, right? But if we start and we break it down, a 10 by 10 is very doable. If your work ethic is the right work ethic, and you're willing to be committed at this, anybody, a brand new agent, an old agent, whoever wants to do a 10 by 10 is doable in a month. So I got my 4 people, and my goal was to start duplicating them. And I told my dad, if we can get 10 people the first month, now we have some players. We should be able to duplicate that, or at least to grow that a little bit more. What if from 10 we go to 20 the second month? And then from 20, we go to 30 the third month, and to 40 the fourth month. That was the plan. And that's what I'm saying, Daniel, that if we have a plan, you can achieve it. But if you don't have anything, you just go to work because you want to make money. It doesn't work like that. You might make 500, $1,000 in 1 week or in 1 day, who knows? But you don't gonna accomplish anything. So we start working. I did 11 recruits the first month. Through those 11, we grew to 32. And I understand, because of the other companies, the importance of internal consumption. Internal consumption. So if I recruit someone the right way and they believe on what we do, at least I'm going to do a business on you, or you will take me to someone to close a deal. That's how I see the business. It's either you, or you're going to take me to someone to close a deal. So that's what I call internal consumption. With you or through you, I'm going to close a deal.
So basically what's happening is every recruit that comes in, there should be a sale attached
Absolutely.
to that recruit, whether
Absolutely.
it be them. Now you might recruit an 18-year-old that maybe he's not going to buy, who doesn't need it or whatever, but we're going to go through that 18-year-old to get his mom or his dad or his uncle or his aunt or somebody like that. So everybody, so what I don't get is, I see this a lot, is somebody will recruit 30 people and they'll write 10 sales. Why does that happen to RVPs out there, right?
Yeah, I think because at the beginning, it's challenging to, it's not perfect, it's not perfect, it's challenging, but if you do your best, it might be very even. It doesn't work all the times, but when you build a couple of the leaders, then your premiums start raising up. So at the beginning, you might have more recruits, create a couple of leaders that start helping you. And if they duplicate that, your premium will start raising up. Our premium were very even. Like we did 11 by 12,000, 32 by 32,000, 35 by 35,000 on the third month. It was very even because we had the culture. That's what we were selling to others. That's when somebody joined, that's what they knew about the business. So how we do it? Well, this is the way we do it, and everybody were doing it like that. So and since we have this crazy goal about becoming an RVP, everybody was sold to that goal, and everybody was working towards that goal. I told them, guys, if you help me out to get this done, we're gonna make history in the company. And when we make history, you guys will be part of it, and you guys will be next. And then we're gonna make $100,000, and then you make $100,000, and through helping a lot of people to make $100,000, we're gonna do two, three, four, 500,000. So we're gonna help a ton of people. But start by you. Do you really want it bad enough? So we saw the dream. We were not doing a lot of trainings about closing deals because I wanted to build, I wanted to have stability, people that I can go places. I want, when I get to my office, 2 to 3 people waiting for me. That's what I wanted to create. So, and we did it through that. So internal consumption is very important in this business because like Art Williams say, you work in a warm market system and you can go through the end of the world through the warm market system. You don't need anything else. I say to people, don't look outside what you already have inside. And when you have a ton of recruits and little premium, it's because you're just mastering your recruiting, but you're not mastering the other part of the system. And then we trying to do it together, and it works. It works. Our numbers always are like very close ones to the other because we're not trying to close as many premium as we can. We're not trying to do as many recruits as we can. I can go ahead and get me 200 recruits if I wanted to. I do a really good marketing campaign. I start doing a lot of interviews. I will recruit the world, but I will kill the world as well if I don't do something with them. So for us, it was more important getting someone and I call this is the example I do. A lot of people are asking for people to stick to us. Why they don't stick to me? My question to you is why you don't stick to your people? Why you don't do what you're supposed to do as a leader? Get someone to get you the list, to call their warm market, to go to appointments, to recruit some more people, and to close some deals. Get them licensed and get them promoted. Why you as a leader don't stick to someone? Why are you looking for 10 when you already have one here that you should be looking for 10 under this new people, this person? And that's how is I think that's the secret right there for us that is being working for us. Every single recruit and every single premium we do is with the purpose of promoting someone because we're not here to sell. We're here to create the biggest RVP factory that Primerica has ever seen. And why? Because that's how we get wealthy. That's how everybody will get paid. That's how everybody will accomplish their dream. So that was the dream. And what I'm telling you, I was talking it to people since the beginning, since my first month in business. That was my conversations to new people.
And so, I mean, just this is just powerful stuff, man. Okay, so COVID hits, right? You're in the middle of the greatest run ever, slam down. You can't go to your office. What's going through your mind, and how did you pivot? How did you, stay on track, even though the world was trying to get you off track?
Well, first of all, it was fear, fear of losing somebody, fear of somebody will be in need, and fear of losing what we have built, fear of a couple of people quit of our business. They just went to do Uber and DoorDash because he was hacked. Oh, nobody wants to, uh, I mean, they're closing the doors. We cannot go back to the office. Luckily in Georgia, we didn't had that much pressure. We had the office open all the time, right? We have all of the security, the safety uh, um, measures, and we had the face cover, and we have a lot of hand sanitizer, and we were sanitizing the office every week, and but we never stopped. We never stopped doing business. And I told my people, let me show you this. Daniel, this, do you remember this? This is the run for the Ruby in Atlanta convention, last convention we had. They told us to write the goals, and I wrote create 9 RVPs, become a better leader in 2020 by 2021 convention, and cross over $500,000 in income. My goal was to build 9 RVPs. So I told my people, you know what, guys, this is a crucial moment, and I want to see who is a player. I'm gonna start my run of promoting 9 RVP. So I wanted to create a bigger vision. I want them to forget about COVID, because if they focus on COVID, nobody will work. So I say I'm gonna start creating my 9 RVPs, and whoever get licensed, let's take this moment for us to take advantage and let's study. And I start doing a class of SIE. I never took the SIE because I passed my sixth straight. We didn't have that program yet, but I did a class on how to pass the SIE. I'm not a teacher on classes, but I want to show them the commitment that I had to work side by side with them to help them become a regional vice president. So a lot of people, a lot of people, a lot of people start, just give me 1 second here. A lot of people start like, okay, so what we're going to do? I say, we're going to start using Zoom. We're going to start doing digital marketing. We're going to do exactly the same. Exactly the same. We're going to do internal consumption, but let's do it through Zoom. So we switched to Zoom, yes, but we had a lot of people at the office as well. We never stopped. When we did that class, the investment class, I had 16 people, right? And I say, whoever come to my class and pass the test will be an RVP. So everybody was like fighting to get to that class. And 5 of those quit at the first class. They quit. They couldn't handle because the class was at 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. So it was about 5 6 hours in class. And then they were like, okay, this is too hard. They quit. At the end of the class, it was 2 weeks on that class. 6 of those people become fully licensed. Six, because they saw the commitment on the team, and they got power. They got extra powers, and we start doing a run for RVP. I remember my first RVP promotion in 2020. We got a lady, and my guy quit. My guy quit. My highest income earner right now, he quits on May. He was a regional leader. He quits. He said, Carlos, I can handle this. I need to go do DoorDash and Uber. I say, bro, if you left the office, if you go over there, this is the last time I'm gonna call you, because you deserve. If you wanna quit right now, you deserve to go and drive for Uber, man. Because I'm giving you my all. I'm gonna give you 90 days. I'm gonna work with you for 90 days until you become a regional vice president. You just need one more license, the 63. Go get it done this week, and I'm gonna recruit like crazy with you. And that's how it happened. That was in May 4th. May 11th, he got the 63. And within that week, we recruited a lady, and she brought 25 people, 25 new recruits through digging in there. And we closed his month from 0 to 0. We closed 47 to 43, 47 recruits to 43,000 in premium. He became an RVP. And since then, he learned the discipline of the business. He was working with me from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. So most of the people think that this is just, let me show up to the office and it's supposed to happen. No, it doesn't work like that. At least when you're building, you need to put at least 10 hours on your business, at least building, recruiting someone, doing orientation on someone, doing the leads on someone, calling your people, making appointments, teaching others. That was my discipline on working. And then after, I studied for When I started, I was doing 10 hours of straight work, and I was studying for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a day. I was barely sleeping for 4 hours. I look like a zombie. People comment, "Are you okay, Carlos?" I'm better than before. I'm about to get my licenses, guy. I'm gonna show you how to get it done. And that's now we're here.
So digital marketing, what does that mean for everybody that's listening? How did you
Well,
implement that, and what did you do in that area?
well, we start using the video, the left video flick,
Yeah.
the video,
LFIC,
the
LFIC.
LFIC. We bought that video. We wanted to start using it, but since we were so strong on building, digging in people, we didn't start using it immediately. We just keep digging in people. A lot of people start doing posts, offering jobs. Hey, we're opening another office. They start recording themselves. Hey, if you're looking for a new career in this pandemic, call me. I can help you. Simple things, very simple things. They were posting it. They were sending that to their friends. So we were being in marketing. We were being more aggressive, not with doing campaigns, but targeting our own family members. Hey, if you're listening to me, I'm here to help you in this. Send messages to everybody who say not before. You say no before. I don't know if this is COVID, right? Everybody get out of work. Did everybody call everybody who say not before? Did you call of those thousands of people that say not to you before? Well, now it's a new situation. Now it's a do it or die. Are you out of work? Do you need an opportunity? So we start targeting, like you say, people who were out of business, people who were in Primerica before, and now they needed it for real. And that's how we start growing like crazy. We start recruiting a lot of people. A lot of people get more committed because they had more time. They were out of work. So, but we were not huge in marketing. I teach my people if and I might be wrong, but I don't want to change anything because it's working. I told my people, if you're doing marketing, it's with the purpose of getting someone into the system. Once you have the system, grow with it because that's what it's going to take. First of all, our business is a relationship business. How can you create relationship without sticking to someone? You're looking for so many. Yes, you might, if you get 100, 200, 300 from the internet, you might have an explosion. But but I don't see how can you convert that into the business. Yes, you will, because it's a lot of people, large numbers, that works. But for me, it works better if everybody stick to someone. I stick to you, Alonso, and I want to take you to the top. I don't gonna let you go until you become a regional leader, until you get your license, because I'm in the business of producing RVPs, not recruiting the world. It would be great if I have 500 recruits, but for me, it's better to promote a regional vice president this month. What I have to do to promote Alonso to regional vice president. So we promote in a RVP since May. We're being promoting RVPs every month,
And
sometimes
what's your
per month.
guidelines? What's your guidelines?
20 by 20 each month, at least 2 months on the road. So a total of 40 by 40, fully licensed, over 20,000 in income, and one leg.
And that leg, what's that one leg usually got to do for you? Like, how much production will that one leg be doing?
I don't look for production. I look for commitment. I look for someone who's willing to get licensed because I know how to do production. I know that I can teach
Willing to
anyone.
get securities license,
Security
right?
licenses,
Securities
yes.
license, right?
If it's
Right,
not,
right.
so I'm always looking for someone who is security licensed. If it's not, at least that they can go ahead and do it. Someone that I see in the business that they're committed, that at least they're willing to go train someone if they're not training someone yet. And that's what I'm looking, qualities and that you can become. Because if I wait, and I found this, Alonso, early in business, if I wait, and I heard our Williams say, I want you to err promoting RVPs too fast than to err holding down people. So I want to die with that concept. I'm not going to go below the guidelines, but I don't want to put more guidelines into it. We already have enough. I know 20 by 20 are double of the guidelines. I know that. And I might not agree, but that's what my hierarchy say. I'm doing it because I love my hierarchy. I love my coaches and I respect them. We go by the guidelines, right? But I would want it to be easier. For if I'm our Williams right now, I will sign something for the company to cut it down a little bit because that was not the guidelines back then. Somebody else tweaked the system. When just think about this. I was talking to Art and he said we created 12,000 RVPs in 13 years. 12,000. Why cannot we create 12,000? If that's the name of the game, somebody or the message got lost in the way. I don't know where, but when he said 12,000, I'm like, in 13 years, hey, we need to get back to that. That way, a lot of people will be financially free. I'm not talking about making $100,000 a month. I'm talking about most of the people will be financial free with $30,000 a month in overrides. That's what I'm looking for, my people. That was my promise to my people. That was my promise to my family. I never thought about the million. I don't feel a millionaire. Yes, I have the money in the bank. Don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like a millionaire yet. We're just working. We're getting paid, thanks God, a lot of money. But I wanted a lot of people to make a lot of money. That's why I think the team is growing and the RVPs are growing. So I'm helping my team. Right now, we have a goal. We promote 12 RVPs, and we have a goal for 2021, promoting 27 RVPs. New RVPs, 27 new. So I told to my guys, okay, everybody needs to promote at least 3. We're talking about multiplication. That's what we're going to do. If we all do 3, we're going to be like 40 because we're like 13 RVPs now. We're going to be close to 40, but let's go by 27. That would be a good goal. If we do more, that's great. So right now we have a elite group. The only thing they're thinking about is getting promoted to RVP.
I love it. I love it. I wrote that down. Elite group. Okay. One of the main things that I wanted to ask from you is tell us a little bit about the text message, because I think the text message that you guys are using, we're using, by the way, and I think it was you that came up with it. I don't know who it was, but I mean, just to send a text message to book an appointment. Are you guys just sending text messages out to book appointments with the warm market, or no? No? Okay, maybe it wasn't you that came up with it, but anyways, there's a text message that basically we've been sending out, because everything you're saying is right on. If you send a text message out to your top 5 Steam, it's amazing how these people are saying yes. I mean, they're saying yes. The appointments are coming so fast. It's unbelievable. I'm noticing, even in my base shop, I'm noticing this. But so how do you set up appointments? Is it just the call on the phone and, hey, look, I'm excited, I'm in training kind of, or is that what you guys use?
Yeah, we use the excitement. I mean, so if you get recruited by me, most likely we're going to do your first Zoom today, right now. So, hey, Alonso, what about, well, you're super excited. I want you to keep that excitement and convert it into results. So who do you know? We're filling up the list and oh, who's this guy? I mean, he's a salesperson. Is that your brother? Yes. Okay, let's call your brother. And you're going to tell them to come right now to the office. And if not, if you have time to do, click on a link that we're going to send that we want to show him something. So that's how and I teach people, hey, when you're calling your brother, I mean, you're calling your brother. You're not calling like a stranger. If you're my brother Alonzo, I say, hey, bro, what are you doing right now? And you say, nothing. Hey, come over to my new office. I want to show you something. Your new office? What do you mean? Hey, come over. I'm sending you the text messages. I want you to meet someone. I mean, you're going to be impressed, bro. Come over. That's all I need. And then people come to the office or they click on the Zoom. And then another one, who's the next? Who's next? Oh, your cousin? Your cousin what? Oh, he's a real estate agent. Let's call him. We have a lot of referrals for him. Let's call him. And we called him. Hey, I want you to meet, come over to my office. I have a great referral program for you. I just met a new millionaire in town and he had a huge project. Come over. He want to show you something. Well, at least can you click in a Zoom or what about 7? Can you come at 7? So we book appointments like immediately, but we use excitement. And we recruit people when they excited. We don't want them to go home and somebody talk about, oh, you got into that thing and so, and they get scared. Well, if you get scared, at least I need something for my time. So
So you're saying, so just so everybody understands, what he's saying is that when he took the time to recruit this person, so he has to get paid for his time for recruiting the person. So if I recruit you, I want to see the market. I want to get in the field before you quit, by the way. Before the new recruit quits, I want to make sure we write one sale. I want to make sure that we get a referral. I want to try to recruit 3 people for this new recruit, because if the new recruit gets 3 people under them today, guess what? They ain't going nowhere. Guess
absolutely.
what? They ain't ever going to quit. So yeah, because they see it. Am I right? Am I right on there?
You're absolutely right. That's our whole system right there. That's our
Huge, man.
whole system. And when you teach it to others, is when you see the exponential growth.
I
So
love it. I
that's my
love it.
expertise because I'm afraid to prospect. So I do it right away, right? You call your brother. Hey, call Alonzo that he's your brother. What should I say to your brother? What do you say to your brother? I don't know. Just call him and say to come to the office. You want to show him something amazing. And people come. Some people say, "Hey, man, I'm at work. Okay, what time you out? 7. Can you come over at 7:30? Yes. Okay, great. Boom. That's it. They don't need more information.
Now, do you guys still do live op nights and all that kind of stuff, or not really? You don't really do
Uh,
op nights?
we don't do it because when we quit doing because of the COVID, um, we found out that people were waiting. They were waiting for Tuesday night to bring new people. So they were like, oh, we should wait until Tuesday. I'm going to invite 2 to 3 people. No, you invite 2 to 3 people today, right now. Let's do it right now. So, but we miss the trainings. We miss the trainings, the training part, the recognition part. So we took it over to Saturday. So now we're doing on Saturdays, recognition, all the stuff. But we don't do up nights anymore. I mean, I miss the up nights because we get together with everybody, but it's not what you miss, it's not what you want, it's what it works. If it works for you, do it. Go ahead and do it. If your team has that culture, do it. For us, it's just more one-on-one. Everybody get busy. Everybody recruits everybody. Everybody's helping someone to go to the top. We don't have to wait until Tuesday for things to happen. Let's make it happen right now. And that's how we're doing it.
Good stuff, man. Well, hey, look, this has been an incredible podcast. Man, we were in the zone here for a little while. You were in the zone here today. Thank you so much for all of your time, your wisdom. This has been an incredible. I love the fact that you said that it took you 12 years to be an overnight sensation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is, I think that's the key here, is that there is no get rich quick. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take you overcoming some of those fears sometimes. And it's going to take the focus and determination, passion, and courage to continue on to be the best that you could ever become. And you're one of those legends. You're one of those history makers. God bless you for that, man. Really, I really do appreciate all of your inspiration. The world needs more great people like you to step up to the plate. But you give people hope. You give people hope that you don't have to be this, outrageous talker person, sales guy that, has all the answers. You can be somewhat shy. You come in the business and you work the warm market. And if you work the warm market the right way, you never run out of people. I tell people all the time, I've been here for 25 years and I still have never run out of people to go see. I mean, I still get people call me. I still get referrals. I still train new people. I mean, it really is a never ending. 100% of what you're doing is right on. And again, your results speak louder than those words. But hey, look, I just, the last thing I want to give you just a quick second to let us know where you're at. because this podcast is going everywhere. So there's going to be people that are going to say, you know what, I like this Carlos guy, and maybe I want to go into business with him. Maybe I'd like to, to know him a little bit, but maybe I'd like to ask him some questions. And so tell us how to get a hold of you if there's somebody maybe not in the business that wants to connect with you.
Okay, we are based on Atlanta, Georgia, and you can reach me out at, if you want me to give my phone number here.
It's up to you,
Okay,
man.
my cell phone number is 770-728-2704. We are based in Atlanta, Georgia, but we're going nationwide. So if you want to be coached and trained by myself, hey, I'm here to help. We are planning on building 27 more RVPs, and we're planning to help as many people as we can this year. So Alonzo, thank you very much for what you do. I mean, I follow all of your videos, your podcasts, because you are a man of helping others, and that's why you're a great person. Thank you for helping everyone. Thank you for helping my team, because my team is a big follower of you. And we can thank you enough, brother. Thank you.
You got it, man. Well, hey, everybody, make sure you go follow Carlos Leong on Instagram and Facebook and wherever else he is. And of course, refer people to him. He's in Georgia. He really is the real deal. And as always, keep dreaming bigger than ever. Get after it, but most importantly, do it now. God bless you. We will see you at the top.